Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. Sorry about that. YouTube was being really weird. Now today is all about marinating in the now. This is an amazing time to unfold into the pureness, to really reflect and express that in which we are, undisturbed, the pureness itself. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, simply let go of all tension. It's here in this moment that we let go of all future thought. We remove ourselves from the past attachments and simply allow ourselves to be here in this present now, ever unfolding. I lovingly invite you into the realm of the heart, the center point, the 0 point, to this field of beingness in which we know as self. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a nice inhale with each sound of the bowl as it rings. And as the sound begins to fade, release the breath effortlessly through your exhale, transforming it into a powerful Om, yet gentle, calm, and internally simply watch. Observe the body, observe the sounds around you without attachment. Simply be. Again, letting everything simply drop away, holding on to nothing, recognizing that internal chatter, external happenings will still arise, but our attention, our focus, goes to ourselves, this silent witness, the observer and witness of life. Recognize here, the now is the only moment that ever exists, ever unfolding, not one moment the same. Allow yourself to sink fully in this dynamic nature of experience. And with this final tap of the bowl, shift your attention to the sound of the ring as it fades into silence. So too, see this as the path of your own inner looking across the threshold into a calm and quiet observational state. Simply follow the breath. Note here that follow does not mean consciously manipulate. It means to simply watch, to feel, to observe. Most of the happenings of this form arise automatically. without your efforting, without your focus? Do you think of your heart beating? Are you conscious of the food digesting within you? Are you always focused on the lungs, expansion and contraction? No. You are the knower of all experiences. Your consciousness, your sense of self is the rider to this horse that is the body, this dynamic vehicle of exploration and information collection. Detach from such personal identification that everything that arises within you is you. Dispel and eradicate all confusion and blurred lines of such knowing of self. Come to see yourself as the divine beingness in which you are. Birth and death go beyond into life, the eternal, in which your energy, your soul, your spirit, this consciousness we know as self, dwells in. This body is but a temporary experience. This life is but a snapshot in time. So allow yourself to be here. Witness the eternal nature of your own beingness unfold, transcend time and space by letting go. There is no doing when we marinate in the now, for we enter it through our simple being, the natural self in which we already are. We enter into this immersion with the now many times throughout our lives, throughout the day even. For it's this subtle, yet very blatant experience of timelessness. Moments of play. When you time skip and arise hours beyond what you started off at, simply because you were having fun. In these spiritual words and concepts, know this fun is love. Love of whatever you're doing to the point where it consumes you. Now, in truth, energetically, it's you filling up the cup of whatever it is you're applying yourself towards and allowing it to overflow. Yet, when you enter the now, this arises simply by throwing a cup in the ocean and letting it fill up and sink to the bottom. For you immerse yourself with the universal flow of consciousness, experience itself. The mind may try to distract you. The body will likely throw off resistance. And the emotions will bounce in between the two. But no matter what, all three are still observed by you. There is a choice at play. To unfold into this nowness, this beingness, self, and life requires us to simply give our love to experiencing. It's this cessation and eradication of investment in the external. No longer giving yourself to the temporary. But looking within you at the unchanging. and that beautiful sense of being in which we all are. It's this form of meditation, this stillness, this calmness that is ever important for all beings. For it's the opportunity to consciously rest, to carry that tensionless state into the waking state. It's here when we let go of the desire and necessity to fidget with our own being, to tinker with the mind and emotions, to cater and cave into every bodily sensation, that the form itself finally begins to relax. Your attention of consciousness is no longer fueling every little action and phenomena that arises within it, but simply allowing them to come and go as they please. And in truth, this is the natural resonance to your body, this act of surrender. And as the minds come and go, the emotions settle, and the body begins to relax. Everything internally tends to act like a still pond. And what was once a raging water is but a still mirror. It's this opportunity for yourself to fully be. It's this opportunity for yourself to finally awaken to the infinite stillness in which you are. There is nothing that holds you back from the now, for that is the only thing that ever exists. But in this concept of allowing yourself to fully marinate in this snapshot of time, is by simply being here, now, letting go of the past, not worrying about the future, but simply experiencing this life as if you watch a film, one frame, one scene at a time, and allow the great mystery of life to unfold before your very window of awareness and being. For it's in this moment, it's in these effortless states of being that we come to recognize how much energy it takes to actually take ourselves away from it. For this nowness, this beingness, this peace and calm is the default to all. It is the ground of being which everything stands upon. So, what happens to yourself when you allow yourself to remain as that ground of pureness, to unfold that natural ground of being in which you stand upon always? What is it you observe in this stillness of now, in this moment in time? come to recognize it's this threshold that we cross into the unknown that provides us the experiences and moments far beyond our imagination, going beyond all human comprehension. To simply unfold into the divine beingness in which we are, to experience it firsthand, to witness the new. Yet the beauty of marinating in this divine beingness in which we are, this now and moment in time, is but a beautiful inner looking. That although it may be experienced like entering into the unknown, when found, when known, the presence and sense of natural knowingness arises. That although the experience may seem new, the sensation and knowing of it is something that is more akin to home than anything foreign. And it's in this stripping away of the temporary, of the false, that allows us to unfold into the beauty that is this divine consciousness and experience called life. That when we give our full attention, our full self to this experience, investing our gaze to the now, life presents its beauty, its magic, in the most powerful of ways, for you're finally here to witness the show. It's in these moments that nature will unfold and open, that the serendipitous and synchronicity filled events will arise, because you're finally giving your love to experiencing life now. And as the saying goes, you get what you give. And when you give your full beingness and attention to life itself, it rewards you with the grace, the love, the opportunity, the magic. And as that beautiful magic unfolds, so too does your own knowing of self and apparent otherness. And just like anything in this world, practice makes perfect. The more you continue to remain in the now, the less and less desirable the temporary becomes, to the point where the thought silences itself, the emotions fade away, and the sensations cease. What arises is what needs to. What is known is what is need to be known. It's this removal of everything in which we receive everything and more. That union, that harmonization with life and the flow of the universe itself. Receive the divine energies of the universe by simply being, and watch them transform you in your experience called life. When you hear this final tap of the bowl, allow yourself to effortlessly draw in a loving deep breath, filling yourself up with that light, that love. And as you release your exhale, give your full attention to chanting that divine Om. And as you sing out this divine chord, radiate the love in which you are. For when you open your eyes, you return to that space, that knowingness of self. Yet the subtleties, the silent stillness and calm of the now ever remains, so that we can carry out our day, our lives, with that pureness and beauty of Source. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. And thank you so much for joining me and tapping in this morning. Don't forget to smash that like. Uh, man, wild stuff with that. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the when the flows of life itself enter into your beingness and begin to radiate and harmonize and energize, it is this this deep sigh of relief, this relaxation that just opens up everything. And the rocking arose purely because there was just so much energy. It's like a way to feed. It's a way to nourish yourself, your spirit, your beingness. And it wasn't something that it's, consciously focusing on. It's just another point of detachment where it's just seeing the body begin to rock, and to the point where it's not even something that is a focus. It's just naturally arising, just like the breathing. And it's here you finally see what the body needs. Now, for me personally, the rocking that arose naturally, it was more so because there was a lot of things popping up and down the spine and just clearing out the energy pathways, some things in some limbs just getting rushed up with some prana. And that is the true expression of what the now can provide us and will provide us, that effortless being, that tensionless state. When the body is finally relaxed, when we're no longer gripping the reins on how to control and manipulate the body, it does what it needs to. And that's the most important thing about healing. It's the exact same concept as a car accident. If someone sees it coming, tenses themselves, and gets scared and lives in that fear, their likelihood of injury skyrockets. But if they see the accident coming and simply relax, no expectation, no judgment, just being, the body rarely gets injured. And I mean, rarely gets injured. There are horrific accidents where you see one person super calm and like, usually it's a lot of drunk driving stuff, but like super relaxed, and they get in an accident and it's just a crazy debris field. And other people might have perished or gotten really hurt. And the one that was like the most relaxed and even drunk in this case is just walking around all fine, you know? And that's the real wildness of life. And that's the magic that reveals itself to you, is that when you really just let go, the universe, the intelligence of the body itself, they become harmonized again. It's just like children, you know? And in this light of love in which we provide for ourselves by simply marinating within our beingness itself, yo, it's going to completely transform the way you experience things. Because again, it's the when tensionlessness arises, when we remove all angst, judgments, reservations, it relaxes everything. the energy and the divine inspiration or intelligence, whatever you want to call it, flows through you effortlessly. Effortlessly. The only thing that is truly a limiter to the capacity in which you can really put out is the body and its discipline, and whether you're attached or not. Like, I know there's times, like, I talk a lot, I can talk really fast too, and a lot of these satsangs and meditations, these these, the words, the thoughts, they just come and go, and every now and then there'll be like a little bit of a shemeh, a little processing error that arises from source through here, and really it's on me. That's on me, yo. I'm tapped in all the time, but there's moments when I receive the intuition to, and what to say. And it's really just more so that autopilot, just letting the body go. And just for me, really just giving my love and attention to being and just allowing whatever it is to express itself. But when some things come in that I'm like, I don't like that phrasing, that's when the mess ups come in, because then that's when the thoughts and, the judgments arise, where they're, the intellect starts to begin to compete with the intuition. And that's really the dance that is spirituality. It's learning to let go, learning to let go of it all. But when you do, I'm letting you know right now, yo, life unfolds in so many dope ways. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. And that's really the point, that it silences the mind because it has no explanation. It has no reason. It has no understanding of what's going on. You're transcending its realm. And that's when you align back with your intuitional knowing. So, oh, there's so much that can be talked about in this field, but I would say just remember that every moment is an opportunity to marinate in the now. Every breath, it's all about that game of your awareness and your focus. So just be here, be now, experience life, be present for it. Don't judge it all the time. Don't assume ever. Just be here. And this great mystery will unfold so many gifts before your very eyes that you will not be able to doubt or question. You'll have to redefine, realign, and rebuild yourself. And it becomes really fun and exciting because when you realize what you are, you quickly let go of what you're not. So, with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer you a seed. And in that seed, may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you so much. Be sure to check out the latest Food Friday Spiritual Saturday videos. No sots, no community through Unity today. Stuff came up, but it's gonna be a nice, dope August event. Got some really cool things happening. Most importantly, love yourself. Let someone you know you love them, and in truth, just be. Tap into that. I love you so much. Peace.